welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday and welcome to another edition of Friday Sews. Today I'm going to tell you about what I accomplished this week, my sewing related weekend plans, some things that have been inspiring me this week, an update on my knitting journey, and a few life tidbits, non-sewing related. So I'm going to try not to make this video too long. We better get started. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about what I accomplished this week. I am wearing my brand new Sew House 7 toaster sweater version 2. This is what it's supposed to look like. This one here is version 2, and it is described as a semi-high neck sweater with a faced mini funnel neck, fitted through the shoulders and sleeves and fuller through the body. It has a high-low hem with side vents. So unfortunately, I have to wear this hideous mic so you can see me, hear me, and it kind of ruins the main feature of this sweater, which is the neckline. So let me take you into the other room and give you a better look. So this is my finished Sew House 7 toaster sweater version 2. I made it out of a French Terry that I bought from Girl Charlie. You might have seen it in my fabric haul from last Friday. I made a size extra large, and I didn't make any modifications to the pattern. So overall, the pattern is actually quite easy. It's only 3 pattern pieces. As you can see, I used a twin needle to hem the sleeves and the bottom hem, and I kind of want to redo it because I used a very light colored thread and it shows every mistake. My machine was having a little bit of trouble with the twin needle. Some of the stitches were loose. It didn't skip any, but they were just kind of loose and bubbling up, and so I'm not sure why that is exactly, but I want to redo it with a darker colored brown thread. Overall, I really enjoyed sewing this pattern, and I think next time I make it, I will maybe do some fitting adjustments. I think that it needs to be widened in the shoulder. My mini funnel neckline is a little bit tighter than other people's, it seems, and I think that's because maybe the shoulders aren't quite broad enough for me. I think it's pulling the neckline tighter. So I think next time I would definitely take a look at the shoulder measurement. But other than that, the rest of it fits really well. The sleeves are kind of long, but I actually like them that way. So those are my notes for next time. And I would definitely recommend this sweater. If you are still sewing sweaters right now, take a look at this pattern. It's a really good one. Okay, so next up, let's talk about my weekend sewing plans. Now I have 3 projects on my sewing table right now that I would like to make some headway on. I don't know how much sewing time I'm gonna have this weekend because I have an Easter Zoom party on Saturday night, and I have some baking to do this weekend, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. But let me show you the 3 projects that I have going here. So I have Very Easy Vogue 9330. This sweater here, I wanna make this version, and I wanna make it out of this oatmeal colored sweatshirt fleece. And I know that it's getting a little late in spring to continue sewing sweaters, but I really want to play around with that serger. And also where I live, it doesn't really get that warm until later, maybe June. So I think I'll still have some time to wear sweaters, at least around the house, maybe like in the mornings or the evenings. And if we ever get out of this house, having it as like an over layer is always a good option. So I think I have some time for that. So that, I would definitely want to get it going though, because yeah, like I said, I'm running out of time. So that's project number 1. I still need to trace it off and cut it out, obviously, of the fabric. So I'm hoping to do some of that this afternoon. So it's ready to go by this weekend. Secondly, I want to make the Nico top from True Bias. This is what the dress looks like. It comes with a dress and a top. But you can see here, it's kind of a basic turtleneck, and I want to make it out of this rib knit. So again, with the sort of warmer clothing, but like I said, I have some time. I have time, people. This one, I think I'm definitely going to check the shoulder width before I cut it out. Like I said with the toaster sweater, it wasn't quite wide enough, I think, in the shoulders. I have pretty square, broad shoulders. So because it sort of looks like it cuts in a little bit in the armhole region, I think I'm gonna check on that before I even cut it out, because there's no point in making it if it's really just not gonna fit. So that is project number 2. Again, I need to trace it off and cut it out of the fabric. So we're gonna work on that as well. Third project is something that's been around for a while and I just haven't gotten to, and that is a wearable muslin for the Friday Pattern Company Ilford jacket. I'll put a picture up here on the screen of what that pattern looks like because I bought it PDF, so I don't have anything to show you. And I want to make it out of this quilting cotton. I got this quilting cotton for $2.50 over Black Friday from Joann, and I kind of want to make like a shacket. I think that's what the kids are calling it these days, a shacket, a jacket slash shirt. Is that what that is? Because it is just a really lightweight quilting cotton, and it'll be a wearable muslin because I have some really nice wool that I wanted to make the jacket out of, but I'm not about to make a wool jacket at this point. Making a sweater is one thing, making a wool jacket, it's too late in the year. So I figured I would make this lightweight shacket and see how it fits, and then maybe come late summer, fall, we can dive into the wool version. This I have the pattern all traced, so I just need to cut the fabric out and then it'll be ready to sew. So that is what I'm hoping to work on this weekend. We'll see how far I get, and I'll definitely let you know in the next Friday Sews video. Next up, I want to give you an update on my knitting journey. Last Friday Sews, I talked about how I had bought some needles and some cheap yarn, and I wanted to learn to knit because I wanted to join in on that party. It seems like everybody in the sewing world knits. Maybe not everybody, but it looks fun. So I pulled up a Craftsy class, and here is where I am. I have figured out how to cast on, and I've done like 2 stitches, and I don't know that those are correct. But yeah, it's kind of a learning process, and it's kind of tangled. Oops. Okay, so anyways, that's where, let me get that back on. Is that right? Okay, so that's where I am in my knitting journey. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some things that have been inspiring me this week. So I get most of my sewing inspiration from Instagram, and when I come across something that I like, I save it, and then I can just go to all my saved posts and be inspired. So let me show you some things that I saved this week. Now I film on my phone, so I can't show it to you here. So I'm just going to do a little bit of screen sharing voiceover action right now. Okay, welcome to my Instagram. Let's go ahead and go to my saved posts here. And let's just start at the beginning. And I'm not going to show you all of them, but just some of the things I saved recently in this last couple weeks. So I really liked this McCall 7920 by Cloth and String. Oftentimes when I buy patterns, I'll peruse Instagram and save my favorite versions of them. And so I just recently purchased this pattern, and I really liked this version of it. She made it out of a cotton twill, and I really like the color, and it looks like it fits her really well. So that's definitely inspo for sure. This other McCall's created by Christy, I really liked. It looks like it's the Marina McCall's, and I thought she did a really nice job with this tassel trim, and I really like the olive cotton linen fabric plus the tassel trim. It looks really nice together. I think it'd be really nice for summer or even a beach cover up. So I saved that for some tassel trim inspo. This dress by Studio Snippets is also the same Marina dress as before, but she used a different type of fabric and maybe a different version. It looks a little different, but I really liked the fabric that she used. I think the navy blue and the orange go really well together, and it was a really pretty print without being too overwhelming. S is for Sew posted this, let's see, Isabel pattern by Violet Fields Threads, which I have never heard of, but I really liked the floral print and the ruffle on the shoulder. Adorable, absolutely adorable. This is, I think, just a shop that sells clothes, but I thought this knit was kind of inspiring. As I am newly started on my knitting journey, maybe someday I will be able to work my way up to a knit like this. It looks hard though, but maybe. Oh, this is a toaster sweater that I saved. I just thought it was a really nice looking vent, and so I saved it to remember what it's supposed to look like. And I also really liked this dress by Abby Sews. I thought the pattern of the fabric was really pretty, the floral print, and I liked the yoke in the front and the puffy sleeves. I thought that was really pretty, and it looked super comfortable. This, I don't know why I saved. It's okay. I think, I think I saved it because I like the idea of using a solid with a print and then using accents on the cuffs and the collar. I thought that was kind of cool. So I guess I just saved that for that concept for the future. And this also looked like a really nice summer outfit. Looks like it's the Winslow culottes and the Atlas top, and they go really well together. So I like the idea of separates made out of the same fabric that you could wear together or separately. Someone left me a comment on my fabric haul about one of the linens that I bought and said to do that with it, and that was a great idea. So you know what, maybe I'll do something like this because this looks really good together. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you for my Insta inspo. Okay, let's talk some life stuff. So like I said earlier, I'm going to be doing some baking this weekend, and that is because of this. This is Maybel, and she's my sourdough starter. She doesn't look very pretty, but if you know anything about sourdough starters, they aren't very glamorous. So every day you have to feed a sourdough starter, and when you feed it flour and water, you feed it and you have to discard some of it. And so instead of throwing away the discard, there's a ton of recipes online where you can actually use it in baking. So I have like a ton of sourdough starter in my fridge that needs to be used up. So I need to find some recipes to use that up. And then I'm kind of hoping that she is mature enough to actually make a loaf of bread, because I've had her for about a month now and I've been unsuccessful on every bread attempt. But I think she's getting going. You have to like let them mature a little bit before you use them. So I think she's mature enough to make a loaf. So that is my other weekend plan. In other news, my cat finally has started letting me sleep through the night. We've had him for about 6 months now, and he's really bad at sleeping through the night. He jumps up, he wakes me up a million times. I have not been having good sleep for about 6 months now, and this week there's been 3 nights in a row that he didn't wake me up. So fingers crossed. We have like a whole elaborate bedtime routine for him that supposedly the internet says will help him sleep through the night. So fingers crossed we keep up with that. That's about it. You know, not much going on besides sewing, the sourdough, and the cat. So I hope you enjoyed this Friday Sews. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas down below, and I love answering all of your comments and chatting with you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.